So you embraced entrepreneurship at a young age,
I
you
did.
know, because you had a painting business, a landscaping business. What possessed you to take that plunge?
Okay, so in between all the jobs and the McDonald's and the grocery stores and construction and everything, what inspired me there again? And I've really actually never been asked that, and now I'm thinking about it right now. My first foray into business, I got a patent on a novelty item,
Wow.
and I called it the Sneaky Cheeky.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was supposed to be, folks, the ultimate fart machine. It didn't quite work out because none of you have heard of it. And the reason why I did that was my father was a machinist. He was very, very talented, and he actually used to have the engineers at his company consult with him. My dad never went to school for it. He didn't finish grade school. But he got his papers when he came from Europe, and he was a masterful machinist. And he had patents through the company he worked at, which was Labatt's, on machines that were the size of half of this building. And what I saw happening with his hard work and his sweat and tears and genius, and he was happy to do it. He had a great career. I'm not knocking Labatt's or any other company. But when you work for a corporation, you develop things.
Yeah.
It's the companies,
Yes.
right? And I always thought, okay, if he had the connections or the gumption or the balls or the money or something, if this was his patent, I mean, these machines are now still in use in every brewery around the planet. I mean, he used to come up with the patents. I've seen pictures of them all over the place.
Yeah.
And so when I was young, I thought, you know what? If I develop a great idea, I want to benefit from it.
Absolutely.
So the patent on the novelty item was my first attempt to do that. Now, make a long story short, what ended up happening with it, we ended up actually getting some contracts to supply to novelty chains and things that way. Except they basically, based on what they thought they could retail it for, I couldn't sell it to them for more than $1, but I couldn't find a way to produce it for less than $2.
Wow.
So I was instantly out of business. But I learned a ton. And from there, it was then a whole bunch of other things because you start to grow into it. You start to realize what's working, what's not working, get the, some knowledge you don't have.
You know, and I always chalk all of that stuff up to experience. And some of it is necessary. Some of it you say, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And then you may realize at some point in your life, that's why I went through that experience.
Yeah.
Because now you know how to handle it going forward.
Yeah.
Or you can come up with an idea and, obviously make sure you benefit from it instead of other people like your dad, where it ends up going to the company. So no, that's great. So as we talked about, you were with GMAC and so on, and
7 years.
7 years, and you started training sales managers, salespeople, and business managers. So, but along the way there, you met some people.